Yeah, I know. Anyway, this is what I wanted to get to. Is the JEdit editor by the brilliant Slava Pestov, who created Factor. Um, and if you search CoSy, you'll see that's been the closest thing to me choosing to take a different path than CoSy. But here you see this is a lot of really nice features, particularly multiple views into the same script. But this TUI script is the script that all the interface with the IUP GUI that Danny Reinhold over in Bremen um, implemented, and I'm going to go and put some specific questions to Danny in a minute. But one of the things is this is sort of what I've always used, but now that is essentially subsumed by where do I have my GitHub? Yeah, and the editor that comes in here. But again, this is the sort of scripting environment. But you see, colon, it's a creation of language, and the point here is you can create that interactively. The final point that I wanted to make is here's hey Danny, this is what needs, and I've got some. I've been zeroing in on what this is, but if you just simply write down a wrong line, um, you know, it's only now that it's getting out to people that this issue, some issue, and I've got some insights into it. But Danny, you know more about the interface than I do, and a lot of people. I don't even know interfaces with C that well. But I wanted to. Where was I here? Yeah, here. This is the directory of the library under the Riva Fourth, and John went through a list of things that Python has, um, like well, a whole date vocabulary, and actually the date vocabulary is quite fleshed out in CoSy, and if there's something missing, it's only a one-line program, or one-line definitions. There's random stuff, there's strings. I guess it's not visible here on the top level, and I'm not going to go into it, but there are regular expressions, there are SQL, there is, what's the other? One of the things that I really care about actually is getting a TCP, getting sockets. Because if I get, and all of these are issues of just simply interfacing them with CoSy objects, going and making their inputs and outputs, turning them into CoSy lists. So it's all, I mean, essentially, man, spread out, one person take one thing, one take it, like happened under Ron Aaron's Riva. That's Riva was quite a project at the time with some really Helmar Vodka, for instance, some really brilliant people around the planet. And now the facilities for that, when you've got guys like Apter, David, and Tanksley, I mean, really, hey, join the explosion. Oh, finally, sorry, I wanted to, and this gets, I know I left around, where is the bloody, yeah, Trump. Danny sent me a question about Trump, and actually about the only answer. I've mentioned actually the issues with the interface, and those really are top priority. Oh, and to get back over to make sure I cover everything, let me um, come back here. This is evolving. My playlist that I've got up there stops short of the last slide, which is the business model. Oh, and incidentally, that whole demo was given on the first of these, well, this on this stick. Um, that was my interface between this keyboard and the display. So you'll see that the calls to the screens were generated, as you've seen here, directly from CoSy. What was the one? Oh, yes, the whole Kickstarter. And this is something that's evolving, but shares are awardable for bug fixes and enhancements and fixing this interface. Whatever path it needs to take, or the most expeditious. Because IUP seems very complex in a sense for what I want to do. It's essentially an HTML interface like Composer has, um, or but that and a grid interface for displaying ledgers and so forth. Those are the top two priorities, and I don't know, I think IUP just seems too complicated. But to reinforce, shares are awardable for bug fixes and enhancements. And the interface is worth 5 shares. And if you've got any other propositions, well, as long as it's headed towards a cash flow, which, by the way, is also the fact I've set up a Patreon page. So start pouring money in. Yeah, in any case, with respect to Trump, I actually think that there are lots of positives. The entire global government needs cleaning out. And I've been particularly involved in battling the retardation of science that has been, and the absolute dismissal of reality that has become, that essentially almost defines the global government and their in, incredibly, astoundingly anti-life, and even a molecular sense. Al Gore, James Hansen, demonization of the molecule which we're all made out of. Really, and that's getting cleaned out. What scared me in his talk the other day was he wants to revitalize the drug war. And I'll tell you, if he tries to go and reverse my not being criminal here in Colorado, because I find a little bit of herb very useful for diving into this simplicity, profound simplicity. He's really, I mean, I'll definitely be out there on the streets. In any case, Danny, I think this is perhaps not exactly the reply you wanted. Boy, it's gone on a long time. But hey, everybody, let's get moving. Let's get this going. Let's get.